Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm making a little tips and tricks video on playing solo and getting that first little shit shack down. And what I want to try to do with this video is just try to get across some of the ideas and concepts that I use whenever I'm playing solo, in hopes that it might help some of you guys out one day. Now, the basic idea behind how I play is I want to try to mitigate the frustration of dying and starting back over on a beach with a rock, because as all of us know, it can be real frustrating if you die and have to start back all over. Does it take you 20 minutes of hitting shit with a rock to get anywhere, and then you run across the first douchebag with a bow and he kills you and you lose everything. So basically, the first thing that I'm doing when I start out on the beach is I'm looking to get a sleeping bag down. I want to get a sleeping bag down close to a monument like the dome over there, or a road and some pylons, you know, anything like that where I can hit some barrels and get some quick experience, you know, and level up. So once I get my bag, the first thing I do is I want to place it in a bush like this, you know, hide it away from people so they can't destroy it. Next thing I do is I want to get a tool cabinet down. It don't take a lot of materials to throw a tool cabinet down. I think it's a couple rocks and a couple trees, and bam, you can throw the tool cabinet down. You don't have to worry about putting a door on it, because you're the only one that's going to need access to it. You're playing solo. You're not a part of a big Zerg-ass clan where they all have to get access to it. And plus, to put a doorway on your tool cabinet adds a lot more factors that could go wrong. You got to have the door and the key, you know, and all that bullshit. So we don't have to worry about that. We just want to wall the bitch in. So we get us a tool cabinet. We get us a triangle foundation. Now, when you're placing this triangle foundation, the height of it matters, because you want to be able to build out this way, you know, in all directions without running into a tree or, you know, like a high wall. You want to have it at the right height so you can keep building out without having to worry about it hitting shit. But once you got it the right height, go ahead and flop your tool cabinet in there, authorize, and then bam, bam, bam. Now, you've got your tool cabinet down. So at this point, all we've done is we've hit a couple rocks and a couple trees and found a couple hint bushes, and we've already got us a spawn point and a base. So now if we die, you know, we're right back at it. So next thing I do when I got my tool cabinet and my bag down is I want to make one of these little stashes. Just like this right here. I'll take this stash, and you can put it anywhere, but you want to be able to remember where it's at, because it's kind of glitchy. You have to be in a perfect spot for it to show up. But you pick where you want to put it at. Let's just say beside this bush. Bam. Now I'll go out and I'll hit me a couple rocks and a couple trees, and I'll put the shit in this bag right here. That way, if I die, I can spawn in, bam, get me enough shit out to make my tools again and get right back at it. You know, no downtime. The whole point being that you don't want to hit a tree with a rock ever again. So now once you do that, you get your little stash, you know, hide it away with some extra materials in it. And the next thing you want to do is start building onto your little triangle here. What I like to do is, I like to build me a square. Bam, just like this. Now, you don't want to go out and you don't want to farm a fucking ton of shit, you know, have your inventory exploding, because if you die, you're going to get pissed. And the whole idea behind this video is you don't want to get pissed. So, go out, farm a little bit, come back, put it into the base. Go out, farm a little bit, come back, put it into the base. Don't keep a bunch of shit on your person, that way if you die, you don't lose it all. So what you want to do is build you a square onto your triangle, just like this. Now put your doorway going this way. You don't want to put your doorway going that way, because if you do, you're going to have a long ass skinny base. You don't want that. You want your doorway going around this, that way you can keep building around it in a spiral pattern. But anyway, you get your doorway done. Bam, bam. Now, when you get to this point right here, you're ready for your furnace, because you want to get that sheet metal door. So what you do is you make you a bow. Then you take this bow, and you go run around and you look for animals. You don't farm nothing. Don't worry about hitting no rocks. You just want straight up deers, pigs, horses, bears, because you need that furnace. And any players you come across, you can kill them because you might get some free loot off of them and expand onto your base even more. Okay, so you've got enough for a furnace. Next thing you want to do is you want to have a bunch of wood on you too. You want at least 700 wood for the door and code lock, and then you want at least probably 1,000 put in your furnace to cook your ore up. So you go over to your little stash. You want to get your metal ore. You want to get all your shit out of your stash. You want to run over here. You want to have a door made already, a wooden door. Slap the wooden door on. Get your furnace up. Just like this. Put your furnace. You can put it wherever the hell you want in here. It don't matter. But put it right here. And then get your ore cooking. Because you're going to need 250 ore or metal frags cooked up for your sheet metal door and code lock. While it's cooking, you can make you some chests or whatever. Throw them down. And at this point, you don't have to worry about going in and out of your base with the key and losing your key and all that bullshit. All you're doing is waiting for your sheet metal door. Now, once you get enough for your sheet metal door, you know, obviously take this door off. Throw your sheet metal door on. Now you're rocking. Now you got your base going, you got storage. The next thing you need to do is get your airlock, obviously. So you go out, you farm. Don't farm a whole lot at once. Just come back and keep putting it into your base. Put your triangle here, another triangle, and a square. Wall this shit off. Put your doorway wrapping around your base. Now this part here is important. You want to put a ladder hatch flame right here. Because you want to put this ladder hatch over your airlock. Because of this little trick right here. As long as this ladder hatch is down, they can't get in, and you can take pot shots at them and shit. So that helps out a whole lot. Now, there's a big controversy over the sheet metal doors because they made the armored doors like level 18 or 17, which is a really high level. And to mitigate that, what I like to do is build a bunch of sheet metal doors. You know, if it's a weak door, build more of them. Whereas if you had one armored door, build 3, 4 sheet metal doors. And that's the whole point of building your shit wrapping around, see? Every few foundations that you build out, like every time you hit a square foundation, because it's like triangle, triangle, square is what it comes out to be, or something like that. Throw you another doorway down. Put you a sheet metal door. Put you another sheet metal door. And there you go. Now the reason that you do this is because if a raider is coming up to your base, going to raid it, 90% of the raids nowadays is with fucking satchel charges. So raider's going to come up to this base and he's going to think, where am I going to go in at? He can spend 10 satchel charges and go through this single wall, or he can spend 4 and go through the shitty armor or the shitty sheet metal door. And that's what they'll do the majority of the time, is they'll go through the shitty sheet metal door because they'll figure a little shit check like this, the most they're going to have is 1 airlock. So that'd be 2 sheet metal doors, which would be 8 satchel charges, as opposed to 10 to get through 1 wall that might not even be where the loot's at. So they'll go through the shitty doors every time. But you thought ahead, see? You built more doors. You've got all kinds of doors wrapping around your base. Outsmart them. Well guys, this has been my tips and tricks video on some of the ideas and concepts to getting started solo and getting your first little shit shack down. At this point you can continue building onto this, or you can move. You know, you're not got a lot in this. You could use this as a starter base, and you could go somewhere else, or in this area you could use it as like a tool cabinet radius, and you can go somewhere over here and build the perfect big base that you've always wanted to build with the wall stacking and all that shit. Whatever you want to do, or you can just live here, it doesn't matter. So if you guys like this video, man, leave a like and a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I intend to make a lot more videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See if I can hit the door. Fucking missed.